facilitator is Dr. Francis Mukosa. I hope everybody can hear me. His name is Dr. Francis Mukosa. Can I get a yes, we can hear you from people? Is that okay?
You're loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great. Sorry, I started thinking I'm talking to myself at some point.
Loud and clear.
We are there.
Okay, great. So, our next facilitator is Dr. Francis Mukosa. And oh my gosh, his bio. He is a holder of a doctorate degree in business administration from Zikas University. He's also a holder of a Master of Business Administration from the Edith Cowan University in Australia. He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration from the University of South Wales in the UK. He holds a professional diploma in marketing, a professional diploma in a higher national diploma, actually, in management of information systems. He also has an advanced diploma in computer science, a diploma in information technology, a certificate in marketing, a certificate in digital marketing. He's also a fellow of the Zambia Institute of Marketing. He's also a marketer, an ICT professional, an academician with 18 years of lecturing experience. So get ready to be lectured because this is going to be great. He has spent the last 8 years as a lecturer of business studies at Zikas Professional and Zikas University, delivering marketing managing courses. So this is just half of his bio. I will not give all of it. I will allow him to talk about himself as well. Let me give him that opportunity. So this is Dr. Mukosa. Sir, we are ready for you.
Thank you very much, Milumbe. I hope Milumbe, please confirm if I'm loud and clear.
Yes, very loud and clear. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for reading my bio. I'm actually humbled to be able to share my knowledge with this very, very dedicated and distinguished audience. Now, before I proceed, I would like to first of all show my face because people might think that I'm using AI or artificial intelligence. I am not a machine. I am a real person. So I'm just going to show my face for a little while. But because I want to optimize the bandwidth, and I would encourage everybody during the presentation to switch off their video. But let me just switch on my video so that I could wave at you and just smile at you in a second. Hope that everybody got a glimpse of me and that they are now assured that they are talking to a real human being. So I'm just gonna switch off my video now to optimize internet speed. Okay, great. Before I dive into my presentation, I would first of all like to pay tribute to my colleagues that have done such a wonderful, wonderful job. It is always very difficult to come on the platform and pick up the standard when great speakers have spoken. I mean, the young farmer, Manda was exceptional. Maria, the Z farmer, was outstanding. I think Ahmed in the morning was a wonderful presenter. And I also would like to pay tribute to the people managing the PRR, Milumbe and the others. I think you've done a fantastic job. Ashley, you guys have done a fantastic job. You are amazing. So Helen, this team is a very good team. It's worth keeping, and very good organization here. I am exceptionally impressed to be associated with the H&M brand. Okay, great. That said, let us begin. When you are a last speaker, you try to avoid theory because people are already tired. And when people are already tired, I think what they want and what they are looking forward to is some form of practice. So we are going to get practical in this presentation, and we are going to practice some of these tools we heard my colleague talk about. There is a lot, an array of digital marketing tools that you can use, and in my presentation, I'll sample maybe 3 of them. I hope that time will allow me to do that. Now, the first thing I would like to do is to go straight into a task with you. Please bear in mind that this exercise is purely an academic exercise, and I just want you to see how effective these digital marketing tools are. Now, I'll take you to the basics of where this all started from. The largest component, and those of you that are in marketing here will agree with me, that the largest component in marketing is research. Research includes customer feedback. Yes, I know that we are able to go through comments that people have commented on our site, but do we actually apply some analytics to it so that we see whether our brand is actually in the positive or our brand is in the negative? Digital marketing is able to do this. There are various tools that we can look at. I will sample some of them as I proceed. But let's just do a quick exercise and allow me to switch this screen and just share a different tab. I want you to be able to see my browser as I begin to, please be on the lookout in the inbox. This is where I'll be sending the links for your practice. I know you are before a computer, you are before a phone, and I would like you to be practicing and following and doing what I'll be doing on the screen. So let me just share a tab, and here we go. I love Google Meets because Google Meets actually tells you that your audience is seeing what is on your screen. I am very sure that you are seeing what is on my screen because Bill Gates has told me so. So let us do an exercise. The first thing that you need to find out is to know the skills of online research. Online research is very important, and you don't have to spend money to conduct online research. We will be able to see that in just a few seconds, you can get instant feedback from your customers. Remember that if I mention any brand, it's not in any way advertising. This is an academic practice. It's not meant to advertise those brands. It's meant to give an example and to give some practicality to what we are doing today. So there is what are called Google Forms. As basic as they sound, they can do tremendous work. You can find out the popularity of your brand within a second. You can also find out what customers think about your product within a second. So let's design a simple Google form, and all of you will be able to participate and will be able to see the results of this survey. So to design a Google form, it's very simple. You simply go to your browser. I am using Chrome. That is my favorite because that is where you find these tools. So before you can use this tool, you need to ensure that you have your Google Chrome installed on your machine. So when you open your Google Chrome, you will see that there is, I'll try to use as the basic language as I can. I know we have a mixture of participants here. I did do a quick scan. I used Google Analytics to just see who is in this meeting, and I did do a quick scan. Don't worry, I'm not spying on you or infringing on your privacy. So when you go to this window, you will see that right in the corner there, where my mouse is dancing, Milumbe, I will need you to be my assistant. I hope that you can see where my mouse is dancing. I know that if you confirm, many others will confirm. Milumbe, are you there? Okay, anybody else to confirm that they can see what I'm doing on the screen?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry. My mic was delaying, but yes,
Yes, I
I
can.
can.
Excellent. Yes, you will be my assistant. Please stay as late as you can. Eh?
Okay, not a problem. I'm here.
Okay, great. Now, when you look at where my mouse is dancing there are a lot of digital tools that you can actually take advantage of. We can't talk about pay-per-click or talk about search engine optimization without taking it to the basics of research. So when you click there, you will be able to see that that drop-down menu will give you an array of tools that you can take advantage of. And most of these are actually free. That's the beauty with using Google tools, because these come as part and parcel of their package. So when you scroll down there, you will go to your Google Forms and load that. And when you load that, you will see a page like that one. Forget about those others. Those are just current surveys that I'm already working on. You can already see that I'm a researcher. And those are some of the current surveys that I'm working on for my company, for different organizations. And when you go there, you click on blank. When you click on blank, you will see that your page will load and it will bring something like this. And then all of a sudden, imagine that we are tired. I'm sure we are tired. We've been listening since morning. We all need an energy drink, don't we? We all
Yes,
need a
we
drink.
do.
So if we said that we are sending you electronically an energy drink, we are trying to see which energy drink can we actually send across. So let's find out the popularity. Simple survey using Google Analytics. Simple survey using Google Forms, which forms part and parcel of a plugin to actually Google Analytics. So let's find out which energy drink people will actually be interested in this afternoon. So we will title our small survey there and call it popularity. Don't worry about that. I'll correct that. Sometimes I type faster than I can think. The popularity of energy drinks. Energy drinks. We'll call it that. And down there, I will simply go to the question and say, select which energy drink you prefer. That's like that. I'm gonna delete that to make my form look a little bit attractive. And since we are marketers, everything we do must look very beautiful. So I'm gonna go to that little button there, and if you are on your machine, I hope that you are also trying this out. You can click there, and then I'll choose an image just to beautify it. I'll go there and choose an image. I have an option to choose images within the system. You can see those images that it has already loaded there. So I have an option whether to use those options that are there or to simply download an image on the internet and use that one to upload. In this case, in advance, I already uploaded an image. So I would want to browse on my computer. I just hope that you guys don't get to see my my budget list.
Not a problem.
You should be very careful when you share your screen online. Otherwise, you share your budget list, and everybody will see how much I am spending this month on groceries. Okay, so we have something like that, and when we finish, we are going to say done, and we'll see what is going to happen to that Google form. Looks a little beautiful, isn't it, Milumbi?
It does look beautiful.
It does look beautiful, isn't it? The only thing we haven't done, Milumbe, is just to change that to capital letters so that we a little bit consistent.
Yes.
So we just gonna do that. It's the life of a marketer is very difficult, Milumbe. You really
You
need to
have
be
to
careful.
appeal to
Even
everyone.
you
Oh my
have to pay
God.
attention to detail, because if you don't pay attention to detail, people will laugh at your survey and they'll say, what is that he is doing?
Very true.
So we are going to put there, remember I did put a disclaimer that this is not an advert for any one of these products. It is an academic exercise. So we'll put Red Bull there. Let's see how that goes. We will put Wildcat there. And let's put 3. Let's also put Dragon there. Okay, for illustration purposes, we'll just put 2 and see where that leads to. So we want to find out what drinks are people going to drink, energy drinks, since they are tired. Candice has been very exceptional and many others, but I remember her vividly. I hope she's in this presentation. She has been an active participant. I would like to give her an award for that. I wish that we had a keyring or something like that to just give her for being very active in the sessions since morning. So now we have designed this little thing, and now we need to send it out so that you guys right on the spot should answer to this survey and we get instant feedback. So I'm gonna go to where it says send and click there, and it will give me options. It will give me options to whether I want to send it by email or I simply want to use a link. I have a lot of faith in chat software, and therefore I will copy the link and immediately send it to your inbox. And I would like you to participate. May the voting begins, please. If you don't vote, you will not get an energy drink this afternoon.
We are on it.
It will be a virtual drink, remember? Okay, so let's get voting. Are you seeing that already the vote tally is increasing, isn't it? I already have 4. Watch here, watch very closely, watch there. Are you seeing the numbers going up?
Yes.
Excellent. Already we are getting instant feedback. This is one of the beauties of digital marketing, is that you can become interactive and that you can get instant feedback. Instant feedback. Digital marketing, one thing it has done is that it has brought a lot of interactivity. It's this interactivity in marketing that has caused the improvement of product features, that has caused the improvement of product quality, because we are able to obtain such data instantaneously. Now, imagine that you are in farming and you design something like this and you want to check the popularity of which product would actually sell more. You can design something like this. And by the way, let me also tell you that you can use Google Forms to design an order form. It is very possible that you can design something like this and people can make orders by simply clicking the way we are clicking. Ladies and gentlemen, the tally is at 18. I can see that we are over 40 here. Can we increase that tally as fast as possible? The faster you are, the better I go to the next 2. Because I need to, Marty, you raised your hand, please come in. Okay, I think that was a hand that was raised earlier. Okay, we are now 21. We are almost there. We are now half.
We have Muzamba as well with the hand raised.
Muzamba, please come in, though I wanted to reserve the questions for last, but it's okay.
Oh,
you can come
okay.
in.
No, then
it's fine, Muzamba.
Okay.
No. I just wanted, I want to find out, I think I was kicked out and I've just rejoined. So I wanted to know what this is, how do you create whatever you're creating here? And
Okay.
also, Was this sent to everyone via
Yes,
email?
I'm resending it right now in the chat, Muzamba, and participate.
Okay.
Click on that. I know that the procedure of
Oh,
what we
okay.
went through, you will be able to watch the video and then you will follow the procedure. I know it won't be very difficult because you have the advantage of rewinding and fast forwarding.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Matty's hand is still up. I don't know whether that is a query. I can quickly take it in.
I think it's just she probably left it on.
Okay.
I don't think she's noticing. Yes, but we can
Okay,
ignore it for
great.
now until she notifies us.
Okay, great.
Okay.
That is fine. Now
Okay.
look at this. We are on 26. I don't know. Some people are not participating. Please, if you are aware of Google Forms, just participate for the sake of collective learning, isn't it? So imagine that I buy my plants and I know that my supplier is in this meeting. Won't mention them because I don't want to advertise for them. They normally deliver at my office, so I pick them up at arcades. Now you can imagine that I make my orders through WhatsApp and tell them I want you to supply some guava plants for me. I want you to supply some lemon plants for me. Now you can imagine if they designed a Google form like this one, and I'm able to click on which plant I want to buy and also the quantities that I need. It is possible to wholly do your orders using Google Forms. And all you do is review the results as we shall review. You check who has ordered and what are the quantities that they are looking for, and immediately you are able to supply. That increases service delivery to your customers. So we are at 30. I guess we can look at the output of that. Now, look at this very, very carefully. When you go to responses, Milumbe, you can see where my mouse is dancing, isn't it?
Yes, I can. I can see
Excellent.
it.
I'm in my lab. I'm using you as the lab sample.
Not a problem. I'm here.
Okay, great. So when you click on, I know that the responses will continue coming. When you click there, when we click there, actually, I've forgotten something. Let's do this to make it more interesting. I'm going to add another question here and say, okay, let's leave it out. It's fine. I'll leave that one out. It is okay. I have seen that we will need to repeat that session again. But when you click on responses, then you'll be able to see your graphs already. I hope we are able to see what is happening there.
Yes.
On the screen. We are able to see instant rewards of what people would like to drink. We can see that already 66.7% of people, 30 out of 30 people have ordered Red Bull. So how do I know the quantities? When you press there, you will see that it's 21 people, isn't it? So we already know that in this instance, we need to order 21 Red Bull. When you go there, you already know that Wildcat, only 8 people requested for it, and only 2 people request for Dragon. I believe these are people who don't want to sleep because you can't drink an energy drink, obviously, this time. Okay, so this is the beauty of online surveys. The other tool that you can use for online surveys is Monkey Survey. I think there is a free version of that. And also, you can also pay. Most of these tools, like Ahmed mentioned, you have to pay for them because the owners want to maximize profit. So you can use Google Forms to actually maximize. You can see that the numbers are still increasing there. As people are participating more and more, you begin to see that the numbers are increasing. So you could use this to actually get popularity of your products. If you work in a bank, if you work in an agro office, depending on where you are, this thing is open and you can use Google Forms to actually get instant feedback from your market. You could use this for your brand management in case you want to change your brand. For instance, H&M would like to change their brand name. They can simply go to their websites. They could go to their chat and send a link, and people will be able to vote whether this brand the brand name that they would want to propose is actually better than the previous one. So you can also use it for online brand management decisions. So it's a simple tool. You don't need to have a lot of training. You saw the way we created it. It was very simple, 3 simple steps involving clicking and pasting. Let me share a light note with you. When I proposed, when I started studying my doctorate, I proposed to the research committee in my institution that I wanted to study social media marketing. That was before COVID. And when I proposed that, a lot of people actually had a very good laugh. Most of them even nicknamed me. They called me Dr. Copy and Paste. Okay, it's fine if you're going to call me that for the afternoon. But after COVID, I'm telling you that my profession became very, very popular because it changed the way we think. So you can imagine if there is a pandemic and you want to send out orders to your market, this is a way to go. If you want to manage your brand and find out brand popularity, this is the way to go. Simple clicking and pasting. Let me just pause and take 2 questions. I'll regulate the questions, Milumbe, forgive me, because I'm doing a practical presentation. So I will be regulating.
No problem.
Okay, great. Can I take in 2 questions? Can I take in 2 questions, if there are any questions? Okay, Matty's hand. Yes, please. Mayava.
Okay.
Mayava, go on.
Yeah, I'm just thinking through, though I'm not in Zambia, but I love Zambia, as I said earlier. I love my country, and this is what I can do. So thank you for this platform. These people that you're going to do survey, most of them will have to have a PC, right? To be able to answer instantly. But I'm looking at those people like in a rural area who don't have access to new technology as now. How can you brand your name or sell the product? What can you do to reach those people in a remote area?
Okay. Very, very pertinent question there. A very good question. It sounds like a simple question, but it's complicated enough. I can tell you that, yes, before you carry out your survey, the assumption is that you would have already done your market segmentation. Who do I want to respond to this survey? Before you do anything, the principles in marketing is that you first need to segment your market. So you look at your objective. What is it that I want to achieve in this survey that I am conducting? So if you know that you are going to, your audience is people in the rural areas who don't have access to technology, then you change your strategy. You go it manual because it's practically impossible to do this. This is why we are calling it digital marketing. Now, remember, even as we talk about digital marketing, I think one of the presenters mentioned, I think it was Manda who mentioned that digital marketing has not overridden what traditional marketing has been able to achieve in the past. What digital marketing has done is that it has enhanced marketing. So a bit of a blend between traditional marketing and digital marketing is not a bad strategy at all. And in fact, Mayava, to emphasize, traditional marketing has proved its point. Digital marketing, somewhat, even in countries like ours, is still learning the loops. But it's an effective tool that can reduce your budget, that can increase interactivity, that can increase your reach. So it's a great tool to have. So to answer your question, you need to do your segmentation very well, and then you need to blend. But to tell you some statistics, Zikta will tell us that the digital divide is actually being defeated. we probably have over 60% of the population with access to telecommunication. Trust me that even in the villages, people now have smartphones.
Yes.
Though not many of them, we have to be realistic. Even in the villages, the remote of the remote, you'll be surprised to find my grandmother with a smartphone. So, so you must do your segmentation properly and know who you are targeting before you do a particular survey. Unfortunately, for this presentation, it's purely digital marketing. So
Yeah.
we have to be digital, isn't it? And thank you for
Yes.
that
I'm just
question.
thinking. Wider. I'm just looking the country, and I'm just thinking, how are we gonna reach everybody? Yeah, I get your point, and you explained it very, very well. Thank you, sir.
You are welcome, and thank you so much. Okay, people, I hope that was helpful. If it was helpful, I want you to type in the chat and say, this is helpful and it's something I can use in my business. Let's get typing. I'll be looking at those messages. Somebody has created their own Google form. Ruben, you are interesting. Okay, great. Great. I can see those chats coming. Somebody saying this is an extremely powerful tool that you can use. Yes. Somebody saying this is very helpful. Thank you so much for those messages that you are sending. This is telling me that now I should move to my next tool. I did promise that my presentation will be nothing but practical because we've already listened to a lot of presentations, and my predecessors did an amazing job to actually lay a foundation for what I'm doing right now. Now, let's move, and I'm gonna stop that sharing and go to another sharing. Let me just put that up. And now, okay, I'm not gonna go through that slide because I think my bio was read quite all right, and you will have access to that. So now, my preamble is very simple. I've already started looking at web and social media analytics. I'm going to look at SEO because that is my terms of reference and its practical applications. I'm also going to talk about PPC and its use in business. And then lastly, I will be able to open the questions. Even though when there is a burning question, please don't hesitate. Just raise your hand and I'll be able to allow you to ask your question. Now, before I even proceed, let me tell you that as a digital marketer, or as a person who is running a digital page, or as a person who has been through a training like this one, you need to know your tools. There are so many tools out there, and sometimes even a person as experienced as I am can actually get confused in between. So I am in a habit of every time that I use a tool, I actually do this. Let me just show you quickly. I actually do this so that I can remember what each tool is used for. So I do a simple database. I just did one for demonstration. So I did a simple database of my tools. I am very sure that within a second, you'll be able to see how I've organized my tools. So you'll be able to see that I've organized my tools so that I can know which tool is which. So I've labeled them. If you can see that table, social media tool, purpose, URL. I think Ahmed did mention some of these things. However, let me put a caution here. It is not the ability to have access to a tool. It is the ability to be able to interpret the results of a tool. That is why often somebody said, get a person who is experienced, who can manage your digital marketing, somebody who can manage your page, somebody who can do analytics for you. It is important that you are in this class and you are going to get at least some basics of how you can use some of these tools. So if you allow me to again, so you do a database such as that one to remind you of which tool you would like to use and what it does. So a simple table like that one is a very good initiative. Let me go back to my previous window. Where are you, my previous window? The goodness is that I can easily find them. Don't you just love this platform? Okay, great. Within a second, I'm sure you'll be able to see my presentation loading. Now, let me also show you practically how you can easily identify influencers on your page. How you can easily see your activity online. So I'm gonna get a tool and run it, and I would like you to see what is happening there. Let me just do that and get, which one do I need? I think I need this one. Very soon I'll throw this in your inbox again. Those that want to practice can practice with me. So I'm gonna use a tool called hashtag so that we can practice together. So I'm gonna throw this tool right now on the chat so that those that are on their machines can actually follow me as I am demonstrating. So load that into your browser and let's see what's gonna happen there so that we can do a little bit of an exercise. Let me just get that tool and throw it in my browser. And I will have to stop that presentation so that I can share my browser. There we go. Where are you? This is called a tab. And where is that tab? The tab is right over here. Aha. That's not the tab I wanted. Just a second, people. I will need to reshare that. Let me just reshare it in a second. You know, the life of a digital marketer is that of waiting for computers. So you really need to be very, very patient. You need to be very, very patient in order for you to maximize what you want to do. So your life is normally spent waiting for a computer to think. Okay, I'll just reload that particular tool and see where it will take us. Let's go. Let me try and reload it one more time and see what it does. Perfect. So now that we are speaking the same language with my computer, let me share that too. I know you were unable to see what I was doing in the background. Don't worry. It's just that tab. Maybe some of you have already even seen the result of it. Now it brings a window like this one. Let's check. Now, initially this tool, we are told it's called brand mentions, but it's more suited to Twitter, even though it can pull traffic even from different sources. I just want to put something here. What is it that I can put there? What is trending? Okay, let me put those whose brands I'm using very lucky today. Okay, let me put, let me just put BMW and see what that tells me. So it has loaded, and let me share with you what it has loaded. I hope that we are able to follow, and you have to wait, because what it's doing right now is that it's analyzing all the mentions everywhere on Twitter, on Instagram. It's even talking, isn't it? It's even talking. You can see these things talk, isn't it? Milumbi, are you there? Are you seeing the two talking?
Yes, I can see it. Sorry, my computer was taking me somewhere else. I've just managed to go back, and then now it's brought the correct one. But now
Okay,
I'm seeing
excellent.
it.
Now you are seeing it. Have you seen that these things talk?
Yes.
Step by
Oh my.
step, it's actually
Yes.
telling you what you are
Oh,
able to
wow.
do. Now, I want you to look at that. Are you seeing the statistics it has brought?
Yes, I can see clearly.
So through these two, we can see that BMW had, again, I put disclaimer, this is not an advert. I think I'll ask Helen to charge these companies next time we host something like this, but this is meant for training purposes. So
Okay.
you can see that there are 562 mentions there.
Yes.
And you can see that there were 10 shares there, 65 likes, but the reach, the reach. Are you able to see the reach, everyone?
I can see. I don't know about
What do you
everybody.
see, Milumbe? What do you see?
Yes,
3.7
3.7
million.
million.
That is huge, isn't it?
It's huge.
Now, if you scroll down there, you can already see that there is you've seen this thing that looks like words in colors, in blue and in red. Have you seen where I'm dancing here?
Yes, yes, I can see it.
That is called a word crowd. A
Okay.
word crowd, we use it in statistics to be able to see the popular words. So you can also use it as which words are popular. So Milumbe, if someone went to your Facebook page and insulted, you would see the insult popping up there.
Clearly now I see that.
we would see it popping up there. But also, one beauty part about this tool is that you can see that it also identifies some top influencers. Are you seeing that?
I can see
Are
it
you
now.
seeing that? So it builds those who are influencers. And the beauty part of it is that you can also see the comments,
Okay.
what they said. Wait for the last part. You haven't seen the best part yet.
I can see
Just
some
wait
are
for the
even blurred out. Is there a reason?
because there is a reason, yes, because we
Okay.
can't use a full version for this training because of
Okay.
legal aspects. So we use a trial for now, isn't it?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So when you scroll down there, I want you to see the beauty. Are you seeing the graphics there?
Yes. I can see the
Aha.
7.5 mentions by day, by weekday.
Aha. It summarizes, isn't it? It's actually a summary. So from there, when you do such analytics, you will be able to make decisions. You will be able to manage your brand. You can see that today on Friday, is that today? I hope I'm not mistaken. You will be able to see that there was a lot of activities. It also tells you the languages, isn't it? Here, are we able to see that? Milumbe,
I
are
can
you
see.
there?
Yes,
Yes,
I can see.
excellent. I can see the thumbs up. That is very good.
Yes.
Because you are assuring me that I'm not talking alone because I'm switching between screens. You know, you can talk for an hour alone, eh?
No, we are here.
And then dream of that in the night. Okay, so you can see that it even tells you the languages. Okay, and you can also see the sources of your brand mentions. You can see that here Twitter was 50.53%. So if you are going to maximize, and this is what Ahmed was talking about, if you are going to maximize now your online segmentation, you know that your best promotional tool for your business is Twitter for now. But then you also need to improve those others. I think somebody did present and say, in Zambia, Twitter, not so much. I just can't remember which presenter. I was very happy when I heard that presenter said that, because this is now evidence of what that presenter said. And you can easily see that because this is not Zambia, definitely most of the traffic hasn't been pulled from Zambia. I hope I'm not using hearsay here, but clearly you can see that these are global. When you look at the comments up there, you can see that these are global comments. So when you scroll down there, you can now make decisions which social media platforms to actually maximize. It even brings some media war, and it will tell you some pictures that were posted and all that. It will give you all this scenario, and then you are able to see them. So this is another tool that is a very, very simplified tool that you can use for decision making. So if you are managing a brand, you can see these statistics and use it to make strategic marketing decisions. Which direction do I want to go? I think Maria did mention that you need to know your audience. When you know your audience, then you need to know what content you need to push there. When you know what content to push there, the next thing you should ask yourself is, which is the best platform? Tell you what, the problem that we have is that we have so many people that don't understand that everything that you do in business must be scientific. Even the way you manage your online brand must be scientific. Without tools like these, you cannot make scientific decisions because you only be guessing. I think that right now I've got 300 million followers on Facebook, and therefore I'll just maximize here. But you don't know that probably Twitter will give you the best results. That's why you need such analytics tools to actually help you target, to actually help you make your strategic decisions. You can use these to maximize revenue in your business. Like I always say, I've always mentioned that if you are not on social media, then you are in danger of being extinct. Constance will laugh at this because I think we did use this a lot. You will become like a dinosaur and not on social media. So you need to have an online presence. When you have an online presence, then you will need to manage your online presence. Because if you are not managing your online presence, sooner or later, your competitor will use a tool like this one to actually grab the online market from you, or the virtual market from you, or attention from you, and then your business will all of a sudden be going down. The reality is that the fight has moved, ladies and gentlemen. It has moved from the traditional brick and mortar, and it has become a virtual fight. So only those organizations and companies that are in actual fact building competitive strategies online will be able to survive. Okay, let me pause for questions. If there are any questions here, Mimi, yes, please go on.
Mimi, you can go ahead. We see your hand is raised.
Sorry, that was by mistake. Apologies.
Okay, all right, that's all right.
Okay, great. Are there any questions over this tool? You remember, I'm just showing you bits and pieces. There is much more to this. To train somebody to become a successful digital marketer, it takes a long time. It's not something that you can easily do overnight. First of all, you have to understand the marketing behind it. Usually it favors those that understand the traditional marketing. And then now, when they touch the digital tools, now they will be able to use the same concepts in marketing, but this time applying them on an online platform. So it's the same thing. It's basically the same concepts of marketing, except that we are now segmenting using online tools. Any other questions here? Are there questions before I go to my next demonstration? My trainers told me something. They told me that silence can mean two things. Silence can mean convinced, but it can also mean confused. So let's it can only mean two things, either convinced or confused. So let's
We are convinced. We are convinced.
Let's see you
Convinced.
typing. If you are confused, type confused.
No,
if you are
convinced.
type convinced.
Very convinced.
Wow.
So I hope you are seeing that this training, we haven't just theorized digital marketing. We have showed you the practical side of it and that it can be done. Since the earliest speaker, Ahmed, these are the things that they were talking about. They are real. These are real tools. Okay. Okay, great. If there are no hands, I can, somebody says a little bit of both. Nantiana, it is normal. It is normal. You need to practice. Now, at least you know two basic tools. We have done Google Forms. We have done hashtag. All have the link. So we can try and do a little bit of practice.
I see a hand.
Yes, please, let that hand speak.
Word of us, please. Can you ask your question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
I actually went to the hashtag and I was trying out different hashtags. Then I was chatting with someone and then they just said, no, just type in junta. You know, locally junta, it's I know you understand what junta is.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I put it in, and the results that I got when I went on the bottom is actually junta, a language in Latino or something like that. So the results that I get are mixed with the same.
Yes.
So how accurate is it if I want to get a specific hashtag,
Excellent. I
or how
like
do
that
I do
question.
that?
I like that question. You know, unfortunately, these things, the search engines that are running behind it are not intelligent enough to be able to say that junta, they are referring to the popular drink, or they are simply referring to something else in another language. This is why you, as the person doing digital analytics, you need to be trained as a decision maker. So when you see that, you should be able to know that this I cannot take into perspective. Just like any other online tool, they have limitations. They are not perfect. That is why even when you are implementing these digital analytics tools in your company, in your business, don't rely on one. You need to have a variety of them so that you could do some sort of a comparative among them and see the results before you make a decision. Remember that graphs are just graphs. Information that you retrieve after doing analytics is just information until it is in the hands of an experienced decision maker who can see the real sense in it and make a real marketing decision. This is why World of Us, I had said that it favors those that have a marketing understanding, who understand principles of segmentation, who understands principles of positioning. Remember, the basic concept of positioning is simply this, and I'll go it in a very simple way. It's simply this. It is simply isolating your brand name or your product name from that of your competitors. I'll give a very good example here. When I was growing up, it's rude to ask a lady their age. So Milumbe, I won't put you on the spot. Don't worry. So
That's fine. I was ready.
so you see, when and I don't know if Milumbe was there, but
I probably was.
you probably were. We
Yes.
need to do analytics for that, isn't it?
For proof.
So when I was growing up, just to satisfy World of Us, every cooking oil was called salad. But you know, that was a brand coming from Rope Limited. But you see, the very fact that people were unable to isolate that brand from the rest, it probably killed those brands. Because the reality is that someone will go into Z, then we were shopping from ZCBC. I remember I was younger then, but at least I'm able to recall. So when you go into a large supermarket, you have bought, for instance, Ole. In your mind, you have bought salad. What is happening to your brand is that customers are not deliberately starting off from home to go and deliberately buy your brand. This is where search engine optimization actually comes in. How do you optimize on the internet to make sure that when people are looking for your brand name, they can actually get to your name more specifically? I'll come to that very soon. But I hope, World of Us, that sort of helps you. Please give me a thumbs up if that is very helpful.
No, that was very helpful.
Thank you. Do we have any more questions? I'll allow one more question before I move to my next to my next exhibition. Mine is an exhibition. Okay, great. So let's move to the next exhibition and see where it leads us. I'm praying that Bill Gates will be with me this afternoon. Okay, great. Let's also do another exhibition quickly and see where that exhibition takes us. Let me just throw another 2 in the inbox in a little second. I will be able to do that. Let's just throw these other 2 in the inbox and see where that takes us. Come on, where are you? Just a second, people. Live presentations are always not the easiest presentations to do because there is always this aspect. Okay, cool. Just do that. Thank God that for the computer, everything that you do, you can undo. Okay, great. Just a second. Let me just do that. Okay, cool. Now I am looking for you. You are the one I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go in there. I know that you may not see, you may seem like I'm talking to myself, but there is something happening in the background. Very soon you will be able to see what I'm doing. So I want to go to that particular tool. Let me just do that for a little while. And I want to get to that tool there. Just a second, people, please bear with me. When you are dealing with IT and doing a live presentation, this is always the case. So I wanna come back here. I wanna see where I am. Just a second. Come back to the presentation here. So I wanna load that too, which you can load. You can actually just type it, https://brand24.com. So it is https and you say brand24.com. Okay. Let's try it again. Let's load it again. Let me just type it here. So it's https, and you do that. And you say brand24.com. Just try out that little tool and see where that takes you. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I know that you need to sign up and all that. For now, you can do the signing up and everything else later, because if we go through everyone's scenario, I will not manage to finish my presentation. But obviously, it will bring you to a screen like this one. Very soon, you'll be able to see my screen. There it goes. Like that. Well, I created my platform already, so I'm just gonna go into my dashboard so that you will be able to see an exhibition of what this simple tool can actually do. Okay, you can already see there that it has asked me for a keyword. It has asked me for a keyword. So we're gonna put a keyword there, and we are going to see where that takes us. Let's put in a keyword there. Oh, it's difficult to think of keywords, especially in a live class, but let's think of a keyword. Last time we had used BMW, and let's stick to that maybe and say next. And we say create project. Let me restrict that to, let me just say all languages, that's fine. And then it will create a project. Remember that these tools are not free, people. You need to invest in them. Digital analytics is not free. Most of the tools, yes, Google Analytics is free and some of them are free, but most of them you will have to put aside a little budget for them so that you are able to use them effectively. You can already see that my tool is running in the background. Like I mentioned, the life of a digital marketer is that of waiting. Wow, look at that statistics that it has brought. So Milumbe, what are you seeing here? Tell me.
Hi, I'm using my CEO's PC for now. My computer
Okay.
has just decided to act up, but I can see a table that looks like it's an analytics table.
Yes, it's a graph actually.
Okay, yes,
And
yes.
you're also able to see the sources of the traffic.
Yes.
Anybody to tell me where the most traffic is coming from? Anybody? These are questions that I'm asking in advance, Milumbe, because I didn't put any quizzes.
Okay, no
Because
problem.
mine is practical, so I'll be asking them here.
All right.
So anybody to actually tell us which source, and you are seeing that these are live, they are actually changing.
Yes, actually, I've noticed as well. I
You've
hope everyone
seen.
is seeing that.
So at the moment, which one is leading? Where is most of the feed coming from? Anybody?
Blogs?
Anybody? Blogs?
Is it forums?
For it keeps changing. Eh? Have you seen?
Yes.
But forums at the moment are leading, is it?
And
I've seen
then
TikTok, they are
news.
doing very well. News there, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it's live and it actually keeps changing. But you see, the beauty with this tool is that you can go to what is called summary there. And when you press on summary, you will be able to see some summary of that analytics. Let's take a look at that. You need to wait, as the life of a digital marketer simply involves waiting and waiting and waiting. And sometimes things don't even work. And you get frustrated, you go and make a very concentrated cup of coffee, and you still come back, it hasn't finished. And by midnight, you just decide to sleep because it hasn't worked out. But patience is the name of the game. The reason why it takes long is because it goes to different sources. Look at that summary. It's already summarized for us. It's giving us some graphs that we can actually use, and we can even see some sources there. We can even see some influencers there. One top public profile influencer is called Real Madrid. Excellent name. So you can clearly see that it gives us all that statistics, and it gives us a summary of the interactions. You can see that in as much as the hashtag 2 gave us statistics, you can see that there is some similarity. This is why I said don't use one, but you can see some similarities there in terms of statistics. The error margin is usually acceptable within 10, because you can't just, because they may be using in the background, they may actually be using different search engines. So you don't know what search engines these are running. So you can view a summary. I'm going to be a little bit fast because we are running out of time. And then you can also view your analysis. Trust me, people, this is a whole course that one can actually get a degree in. So it takes time for you to actually gain the professional competency. This is exactly what becomes of you when you attend trainings such as this one, when you attend competency in digital marketing. You can see the analysis there, and you can clearly see the mentions. You can see the social media mentions, the non-social media mentions, maybe coming from websites and other traffics. You can clearly see that very, very visible. And with the goodness with this one, it's like hashtag, you can even see the comments. Now, there's something I'm looking for here. I hope that does show up. I think it will show up on influencers. I want you to see this when I click on influencers here. I want you to see now, we promised that we would tell you how you can actually manage your brand online. Now, watch this. I want you to see something here. You can see your influencers there. There's something I wanted to do there. Where are you? Let me go back to mentions and see. Please, if it's making sense, give me a thumbs up so that I know that it's making sense. I want you to focus on sentiments here, on this part. Milumbe, are you able to see where my mouse is playing?
I can see it. Yes.
Have you seen that it summarizes the mentions into positive, negative, and neutral?
Yes, I can see that.
Now, what do you do with this information? Again, I said it's not just the aspects of analytics. It's what you do with the results of the analytics. So you can see that the mentions here, you can see the negatives, you can see the positives, highlight them, tick them, and then it will give you statistics pertaining to that. Where is that? Okay, I think it's still collecting. Now you can see that it is in red. The negative is in red, and this one, the positives are in green. I want to see whether there will be a change in that. Okay. Where are you? I want to see that. This is in the last 30 days. So if you see the positives in green and you see the negatives in red, then you are able to go to the actual comments and then see and manage. There are some comments there, though they're in a different language. But imagine if some of them, you find some of them in English, you are able to do some brand management there and some PR online. You are able to manage your brand and see what people are saying. So you can see that the comments are classified negative. Some of them are classified positive. I hope you can see that. So if those are positive, you leverage on that. You strengthen your brand. If somebody mentions, this is where the engagement now comes in. So you strengthen the brand. So you leverage on that. But if you see a negative comment, then that means that you actually need to do some brand management there so that you can maintain your brand online. So you need to do this. You need to monitor your web traffic. You need to monitor your social media traffic. One tool that is very good here is this tool called comparison. And we also did promise that we will show you how you can compare, do a competitive comparison between your competitor and yourself. We used BMW. Let's go Toyota. I hope that these people will give us a brand new car after this presentation. So let's go there and say create project and wait for a little while. And wait for a little while. Remember, always the life of a digital marketer is that of waiting for a computer, and you'll be able to see clearly a comparison. Where is my comparison? Okay, I think it's coming up. It just hasn't finished. You can even see the statistics there. So I want to do my comparison. Let me go to my comparison. Okay, got it. Want to see a comparison? You can see. And you can simply click compare projects and add BMW because that was Toyota. So we say add, and then now it will be able to compare. So you will see how the two brands have performed. You can see the graph here, isn't it?
Yes.
So you could do a comparison of how these brands have performed. In your view, Milumbe, which brand has performed better on between the 25th of February and the 3rd of March?
I'm trying to zoom in my sites.
Okay, I'll have to take you to an optician after this.
The blue is for Toyota, right? And then the BMW
Yes.
is the orange.
Yes.
So you said between what dates?
Between the
BMW.
27th of February and 3rd. Somebody has already answered there.
Yes,
Brilliant,
they have.
class. Brilliant. We need to give them freebies. I wish we could
Yes,
do
please.
that, Milum. So you can see the comparison, isn't it?
Yes.
You can clearly see. So you must know that you can actually perform a competitive analysis between your project and that of your competitors. Allow me to stop sharing there. As I stop sharing, those who have questions can ask. I will pause for those questions as we go into the concluding part of our presentation, so that I can touch on my main agenda briefly. Are there any questions? And if there are questions, yes, somebody has answered. Obed Kayombo, thank you very much for answering. Ruben was asking, what's the name of the tool? And World of Us says, I love this training. Facilitators remind me when I am rich to buy you Red Bull. Did you see that comment, Milombe?
Yes, I saw it. I saw it. I laughed. I said,
I'm
I
only
decided
reading
I was
them
going
now.
to remind him that we've taken note.
Yes, please. Interesting comment. Oswald Mwansa says, great. Ruben says, sorry, what's the name of the two? But Obed Kayombo has already responded and said, Brand 24. Somebody says, Mwayas Mulenga says, I clearly need a full course on this. Okay, great. So now let's narrow down as we conclude and talk about search engine optimization. Now, search engine optimization is the process of improving the quality and quantity of web traffic. So it's basically two things. It's basically improving the quality and quantity of web traffic. Most of the times when we want to put an advert on the web, we don't plan our objective. We need to be able to plan our objective so that we know what we want to achieve. So before you put anything online, I think my predecessors talked about this. Almost every presenter talked about this. So Clifford, please mute your mic. We are getting a lot of feedback from you. Clifford Impundu, mute your mic. Thank you. So my predecessors did talk about over and over and over and over again that you need to know what you are doing at a particular time. If you don't know what you are doing at a particular time, you don't know what your business objective is, then these tools cannot help you. So one common features of search engine optimization is the Google ad and Google's keyword planner. How are you associating the popular names with your particular brand? And these things, Google itself will charge you. They have charges for them. They have charges for them. You pay for them so that you optimize. When I put efficiency, for instance, I'm just giving an example. My brand name must appear first on the Google pages. What you see there is that somebody somehow has actually paid for that. So you appear first because you have paid. So to every click, to every view online, Big Brother is watching. And this is why we are able to use what we call web trackers in order for us to actually know who visited our page, at what time, from where. So that if I see that most of my traffic is coming from Livingstone, if I am a great musician like Cleo Ice Queen, nice rapping Cleo, keep it up. I thought that Tupac and B.I.G. were the only people who could rap until I listened to you. Now I'm convinced that we are on the global stage. So if Cleo, for instance, wants to host a show in Ndola, she can actually use these web trackers to determine where is my audience. So you could actually use that to determine and then hold a show in this place. Things must work scientifically. These analytical tools, they are only as powerful as the hands that can actually use them for their competitive advantage. Now, quickly, let me talk about pay-per-click. I know that we are running behind Seju. Now, pay-per-click is a simple concept. Let me simplify it. I won't even go there. It simply means For every click online, somebody pays for it. These are mostly used in affiliate marketing. And sites such as the ones in the picture there are examples of affiliate marketing. And you are paid pay every click, meaning that people have a budget for this. It can increase your brand visibility. It can increase your business visibility. It can increase your reach. It can increase your engagement. I want you to write down the following, and I want you to look at them immediately after my presentation. I want you to write down the following. I want you to write down the following key terms in digital marketing that are key. Always we use this language. And if you're going to pick anything from what I've said, these four must be present in your vocabulary. Write the word engagement. Engagement. Write the word engagement. After this, I want you to do a search and check what engagement is. Write engagement, write lead. So write engagement, write lead, write down the word reach, write down the word reach, and write down the word conversion. So 4 words: engagement, lead, conversion. Engagement, lead, reach, and conversion. So that is the language that we usually use when we are talking digital marketing. Okay, great. There is also other tools such as Awiro and Hotsuite. I think one of the presenter mentioned them. These are also very good. I was very happy to hear Ahmed mention Planable. Planable is a brilliant tool. In most companies, you find that the same marketer does branding. The same marketer does advertising. The same marketer does sales. And you are very overwhelmed. So when you use tools such as Planable, you can plan your posts. 1 month, you've already planned your post. They are keeping you busy. They are putting you under pressure. You are not worrying about your social media posts. They are already there. Yes, it can have a disadvantage because you need to be dynamic, but it can help you to schedule and manage your workloads. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us practice some more. I will pause for questions and answers if there are some answers. Are we there?
We're here. I don't know if this is an opportunity for Mati to ask her question because her hand was raised for a while. She said she kept trying to ask. Maybe she can try again.
Yes, please.
Not sure if she can hear me. Okay. Any questions, people? Okay. Muzamba, please go ahead.
Okay, other question. I think it may not be related to this topic, but I want to find out more about boosting. What is boosting and how is it done?
Okay, great question. Boosting is simply an activity of increasing your reach. You remember the reach. If we talk about the reach, now I'm giving away my assignment. Zamba, thank you for doing that to me. So reach simply means the total number of people who have seen a post. So if 300 people have seen a post or 10 people have seen a post, you can use a boost that is going to spread that post to different audiences online, the way the analytics tools I just showed you were working. So you pay for these boosts. Normally, you pay for them, but they're not very expensive. I think if I stand to be corrected on Facebook, I think it costs only about $10. I stand to be corrected for on that one, but you pay for boosting so that now the hosts, for lack of a better term, the hosts of the owners of the platform will actually now boost it so that it will have a higher reach, so that instead of just 10 people, you stand the opportunity of 500 people actually viewing your post. I hope that is helpful, Muzamba.
So you said there are a number. Is there an example of, is it an app or how is it done?
Usually a boost tool is embedded on the platforms themselves. Like I said, Facebook has got its own boost tool. So usually it's embedded on the social media platforms themselves. So that is where you find it. If you go to Facebook, you will be able to see the boost tool. I hope that makes sense, Muzamba. Okay, great. Thank you for that thumbs up. Kavita. That name sounds very familiar, though.
Okay, good afternoon.
This voice sounds very familiar. This is someone I know.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's been enlightening sessions. At least we have been getting insight on a lot of things about marketing. Yes. I was not sure about between lunchtime, the presentation towards lunchtime. I think I missed it a bit. In case maybe I might ask one or two questions which have already been presented by other presenters. But what I wanted to ask was, I see some ads appearing sometimes when you're browsing on Facebook, you're watching YouTube, you see an ad pop up, maybe of a video, maybe to give you about 5 minutes, some seconds. I don't know if we're being taught on this exactly how to do those ads and that they can pop up in that nature. That's one question. And then the second question was, if you have done an ad on Google, and then there are certain questions that they ask, like, okay, which radius do you want your ad to be seen? And then you like increase the certain radius. So I wanted to ask, which one is better? Is it when you just put within, say, Lusaka, or you expand it outside Zambia, or in that nature? I hope my question is clear.
I've gotten you. Let me start with the last part of your question when you use Google Ads. Google Ads, normally, yes, Kavita, we didn't do a presentation on that because it requires affiliation and paying for them, because we need to use our credit cards, we need to use our Visa cards. So I deliberately stayed away from that. I hope you can pardon me for that. But to answer the last part of your question, it depends on what your objective is. I keep on saying every marketing campaign has an objective. So you need to define what your objective is. You see, if, for instance, Helen and group, we are talking about hosting this training, and they planned to say this training is going to have 40 people. If this training had 100 people, then it would have meant that the planners have failed. So everything must be precise. So they wanted a specific number, they got that specific number because they planned. So the same concept, remember I said that you need an integration of traditional marketing and digital marketing. So the same concept of planning must also go into your planning of your reach, your planning of your engagement, which is our target market. So you begin with your segmentation. Do you want only the local market to dominate the local market, or you want to go global? So you actually plan like that. So it's the results, Kavita, of your segmentation that will tell you what you want to achieve. I hope that piece of information is helpful for you.
All right, okay, that's fine.
Thank you. Nancy, I can see Nancy there burning with a question. Sorry for keeping your hand up. It must hurt. Nancy, you can go ahead with your question. Okay, Milumbe, I think maybe it's raised by, oh, Muzamba.
Sorry, is it Kavita had two questions. He was talking about those adverts that pop up. Is that what is called boosting?
No. Those are just pop-ups. You see, Usually pop-ups are associated with a concept called permission marketing. And it means that for the pop-ups to come, we have simply permitted them, either in the settings of our browser, or we have been to a site where we have been asked, do you wish for us to send you some promotion on new available products? And we said yes. By the way, the moment you said yes, that is called permission marketing. You are permitting the advertiser to actually send promotional campaigns to your device, to your digital device. So that falls under the realm of permission marketing. Boosting is different. Boosting works with reach. It works with you trying to increase the total number of people who would see your post. I think, Milumbe, was that the area of the question?
Yes, it was. I don't know if you can hear me. My sound is really acting up right now, but can you hear me?
You are very clear, and actually Muzamba gives us a thumbs up. I think we have satisfied his query.
Okay, that's great.
Nancy, your hand has been up. Let's give you an opportunity to ask. Okay, I suspect, Milumbe, that hand is there by mistake. I will now retire and hand over to you. Oh, Vincent. Vincent.
Vincent, are you there?
Hello?
Okay.
Hello, afternoon, everyone.
Yes, Vincent, I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted some clarity, especially with brand 24. I would like to understand, like, searching, when you search, like, on the internet, it's not really the alphanumerical characters that you're putting, or rather the binary, it sticks with the zeros and ones and whatnot. So there's certain brands that have got similar names. Take, for instance, if my brand is KFC, so it could be like either Kentucky Fried Chicken or maybe Kabwata Fried Chicken. So like in the search for brand 24, how do you know that this is your brand? I don't know if my question makes sense. In a sense where you're trying to compare like your brand and whatever brand that you would consider your competition. How do you know that the KFC that you've put in as the hashtag is your brand?
Okay, I really like your question. Vincent. And the reality is, I think I did even allude to the fact that these tools are not perfect. They are not intelligent enough to be able to decipher whether the KFC you are talking about is your KFC. That is why we said that the results of an analysis are only as powerful as the decision maker. That is why you need someone to actually go through and see the error of margin there. I hope, Vincent, I make sense.
Yes, to some extent.
Yes,
then,
please.
sorry, the last one, I don't know if you touched it as well. The one where you pay like to boost your post. Is it you who touched this one? I've just been roughly scribbling down some things. Take for instance, like on Facebook, if I'm trying to market my page, it will ask me maybe to pay what, $2 to boost my post maybe for 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the one who touched on it. And I mentioned to say that, and I think even Nancy is asking the same question, to say, please take us through. Please mute your mic, Vincent, so that I can respond.
Oh, no, I was not done with the question. I was trying to take you the direction before I could ask the question.
Okay, dear,
I think
please go on.
sorry, I think it's Goodyear. Goodyear Jonathan is the one with the mic that's not muted for now. We need him to mute his mic. Mr. Goodyear, are you there? Okay, Vincent, go ahead.
Okay, I don't know if I can go ahead still. Okay, so earlier, the first presentation from Mr. I don't know if it's Ahmed Hamwi, he did mention something about over maybe say 100 million minutes of content per day are posted. So in this regard, I understand like it's encompassing of both the free adverts and the paid adverts. So now looking at that much traffic, would it really be like a good idea to invest in paying for you to get a boost at this stage? Because I don't really know the conversion rate between the ones who are posting for free and the ones who are paying to get a boost. Is it really an ideal thing, or you still face the same traffic, this 10 million minutes of other things, if you get what I mean?
Yes, Vincent, I do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
Oh,
I'm coming from this angle in a way to not sort of demoralize people. You know, you can really put in some money, and if you don't understand like the figures that you're working with, like in regards the posts and the views and whatnot, you may invest with your hopes of getting the audience that you want, but because the traffic is too much, you may not really attain your desired reach or whatnot. So I don't know what you can say about that with your expertise on the traffic.
okay. Okay, great. I can tell you, Vincent, that there are some tools that are more specific than what we viewed today. Some tools, especially if you went into the paid ones, they are able to filter traffic. They are so intelligent that they can filter traffic. But those will cost your business a lot of money. That is why before you invest in your digital marketing tools, it is very important for you to understand, number one, the size of your business. Number two, it's also important to understand your objective and your levels of investment. You need to understand that. There are some tools that are very specific, though there is no tool that is accurate with traffic. That I can tell you, that there is no tool that is accurate with traffic. That is why sometimes we say invest in actually one or two of them. The reality is that you may get the results that you desire with just one post. Then you don't have to invest in a boost. But depending on what your objective is, whether you actually want to maximize that boost, or you have simply attained your objective by just posting to 10 people. So it boils down to really what you are looking for, but also you need to have the know-how and the understanding of somehow the back end of how these tools are working. And this is why it is important to actually seek advice from people like myself, from people like Ahmed, from people like H&M, who are specialized in this sort of a thing, so that they can give you some consultancy and assist you. But you see, if you're just doing it at small scale, it depends on how you manage your content, number one. It also depends on how what kind of a reach do you want to attain at the end of the day. So there are, in short, Vincent, some tools that are more intelligent than what we have seen today. I hope that is helpful.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you too. Nancy, I know you requested that we demonstrate the boosting on Facebook. For some reasons of privacy, I may not go in there, but I can encourage you to just go on YouTube and just type using boosting tools on Facebook, and you'll be able to watch a live demo of how that is done. Okay, Milumbe, it seems it's back to you. We are running out of time now. It's almost 15:30.
Okay, great. If that's all for the questions, I'd like to say thank you so much, Doctor. It was very, very insightful, very, very educational. Personally, for myself, when you showed me the Google form, the first presentation that you were showing us, I literally said, ignorance is terrible, because I realize that I'm on Google every single day more than I'm on Facebook searching for things, and yet I do not maximize the tool of creating the form and sending links to people for a survey just to know what I'm supposed to be doing to create money at the end of the day. That was very, very helpful for me. Thank you so, so much.
It's
And
my
then
pleasure. It's my pleasure, Milumbe. It's good to be an educator. I'm a follower of Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe said one thing that I keep to myself. He said the things we know are meant for other people, and if we die with them, then we are generational thieves. That is my concept.
No, that's very, very true. We have to die empty. And thank you for emptying yourself for us today. I would like to thank you, Doctor. I want to say thank you to Manda. I want to say thank you to Maria and also to Ahmad. It has been a great, great session throughout from the beginning to now. And thank you to everyone that has stayed on up to now. And then also, please note that you're able to, at the end of the session, please go through the portal. Our portal is going to be active for 5 days. That's the maximum, 5 days, so you can maximize on it. You can, you have 5 days, and then whenever you are done, the certificate will be generated right at the end. So please go through, make sure you generate your certificate, let us know when you manage, and we're here to congratulate you because this has been brilliant, and thanks for attending. Then also, our WhatsApp group will stay active for the next 5 days as well. For any information that you need, we are here to give you all that you need for the next 5 days. And then also, I'd like to mention that as H&M Group, we do a lot. Most of us probably didn't know. We do have a lot of brands under consultation, under training, obviously, and marketing as well. With that mentioned, please look out. Uh, Within the year, we are hosting another training. So those of you that are interested, please get in touch with us. Let us know so that we take note. But we do have a training that is going to be upcoming in the year as well. So please take note of that. And then also, I would just like to thank you all for your time. And we have come to the end, obviously. But before we go, I would like to ask Mrs. Candice Harrington, is she still here, to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the participants.
Hi, yes, I'm still here. I'm sorry I missed some of the last presentation. I had to shoot off the school run. Yeah, it's
No
been
problem. You'll find
really,
them on the
really
portal.
insightful. For me, I can just give a short bit about myself. I'm just starting a new company, literally from the 1st of March. So when I saw this come up, it really was exciting and interesting for me. So thank you so much. There's so many areas that have made sense to me, and now that I can apply a lot of these tools and speaking, I'm sure from the questions I've seen, it will help everybody else. So a big thank you from me for making it so insightful, useful, and it doesn't sound like it's too costly either. So at least a lot of the tools are free, and thanks to all of you in the group for organizing it so well for H&M Group. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Harrington. We have come to the end of our training. Thank you to all of our staff, H&M staff. Don't forget, your certificates are readily available once you are completed with the course on the portal as well. Thank you so, so much. God bless and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Because I didn't say it before.
Oh yeah.